Some tattoos are so real, they blur the line between art and reality. These incredible artists' masterpieces showcase jaw-dropping designs that look like they could leap off the skin. From hyper-realistic portraits to intricate 3D illusions, these tattoos raise the bar of what we thought ink could do. Ready to witness the most stunning tattoos ever created? Join us as we show you the 40 insane tattoos that will blow your mind. Number 40. Zombie Boy. It's impossible to talk about realistic tattoo figures without mentioning Rick Genest. He got his first tattoo, a Jolly Roger, at the age of 16, and 3 years later, he chose to embrace a zombie identity through next-level realistic tattoos. With his body almost completely tattooed, he started performing in circus freak shows, lying on nail boards, and doing other stunts. These performances gained him attention, especially online. His big break came when fashion director Nicola Formichetti discovered him and introduced him to Lady Gaga. She cast him in her Born This Way music video, catapulting him to worldwide fame. By then, 90% of his body was tattooed. This exposure opened doors to modeling for major fashion brands and starring in global ad campaigns. One memorable moment in his career was a makeup commercial where all his tattoos were covered with skin-colored paint, only to be washed off on camera. For a while, he held the Guinness World Record for having the most insect tattoos, an impressive 176, and the most tattooed bones, totaling 139. In interviews, he shared that his transformation and body modifications weren't finished yet. He went ahead to split his tongue and planned to sharpen his teeth and tattoo his eyes green, but unfortunately passed away in 2018. Number 39. Cracked Skull. At first glance, you might think this man's head is cracked open. It's that realistic. But it's just one of the incredible tattoos by the artist Claudia Reato. Claudia has been immersed in art since she first picked up a pencil as a child. Amazingly, she only began tattooing in 2009, and she calls her style dark realism. She has mastered the art of blending black, gray, and muted colors to perfectly capture her client's emotions while expressing her inner world. Number 38. John Wick. A client traveled a long way to meet tattoo master Luigi Mansi, hoping for the perfect drawing of his favorite movie character, John Wick. Luigi didn't disappoint. Using the right ink colors, the tattoo looked like a real-life version of Keanu Reeves, fresh out of a fight. This artwork is a true example of what art is all about. Number 37. Giant Hole in His Head. Tattoo artist Matt Pearson has amazed social media with his latest creation. An optical illusion tattoo that looks like a deep hole in the back of his client Ryan's head. Matt, from Zion Tattoo Company in Utah, used bold lines and expert shading to create the mind-bending effect. Sharing the work in progress on Instagram, where he has a large following, Matt's post quickly went viral, racking up over 11,400 likes and thousands of comments. 36. Candy Tattoo. Mike DeVries is famous for his amazing hyper-realistic tattoos, and his Sour Patch Kids tattoo shows off his skill and creativity. This tattoo features the well-known gummy candy characters in bright colors with a cool 3D effect, making them look like they're sitting on the skin. Using a variety of vivid inks, Mike layers the colors to recreate the candy's translucent, sugary look. He adds shading and highlights to boost the 3D effect. The placement of the candy and its shadows creates a lifelike illusion, making the tattoo feel incredibly real. Number 35. Flying Beetle. This clip features a fascinating tattoo of a beetle on a man's arm. The design comes to life as its wings spread open whenever he bends his elbow, making it look like a real flying insect. The creative body art was crafted by talented tattoo artist Josh Presley from Florida. Number 34. Devil Prado. Some tattoo enthusiasts take their passion to the extreme, transforming themselves into real-life, devil-like figures. One of the most striking examples is Michel Prado, better known as Diabão Prado, meaning Devil Prado, a Brazilian tattoo artist renowned for his dramatic and unconventional body modifications.
Sou modificado, uma modificação corporal. Há uma média de 6, 7 anos atrás,
He has transformed his appearance through striking changes, including removing his ears, altering and removing some fingers, and covering over 80% of his body with tattoos. In 2023, he set a Guinness World Record for having the most horn-shaped implants on his head.
Comecei a fazer o igual tatu e fazer outras modificações, né?
Surprisingly, Prado lives a normal life like everyone else. Living in Praia Grande on São Paulo's coast, Michelle is married to fellow body modification enthusiast Carol Prado, also known as Mulher Demonia, which translates to demon woman. Despite his intense transformations, Michel describes himself as a spiritual person who believes in God, although he doesn't follow any particular religion. Number 33. Jesse Ricks. 3D Illusion Tattoo. It might be hard to believe, but this stunning 3D image is not a body sticker, but an actual tattoo by Jesse Ricks, a well-known tattoo artist recognized for his remarkable geometric and optical illusion designs. The tattoo features a mesmerizing combination of hexagonal patterns and cubes, creating a layered and three-dimensional effect. At the center of the design, there's a colorful scene of a person sitting on a rocky surface, gazing at a cosmic backdrop filled with stars, mountains, and vibrant nebula-like imagery. With 2 decades of experience, Jesse Ricks is celebrated for blending geometric elements with realistic and nature-inspired designs. His work often creates the illusion of depth, making it seem as though the tattooed skin has layers that open up into a vivid, otherworldly scene. This piece is a perfect example of his mastery of perspective, shading, and creativity. Number 32. UV Tattoo. Johnny Hall, a Melbourne-based tattoo artist, is known for his expertise in creating realistic UV tattoos.
My name's Johnny Hall, otherwise known as JJ Hall Tattoo, and I'm the first artist in the world to specialize in realistic UV tattoos.
These tattoos are made with special ink that glows under black light, giving them a unique and futuristic appearance. Unlike regular tattoos, UV ink is thinner, so Hall adjusts his tattoo machine to a lower voltage and works slower to avoid damaging the skin. He always applies the UV ink after the main tattoo is fully completed, and the black or gray ink is set in place, ensuring the colors don't mix. The glow of UV tattoos comes from their fluorescent properties, which react under black light. When exposed to UV light, the ink's atoms absorb energy and release it as the glowing effect that's become increasingly popular. Hall uses a combination of liner and shading needles to achieve specific effects, carefully working under a black light to make sure the UV ink is applied precisely, especially when using invisible ink. Johnny ensures the ink he uses is completely safe, with non-toxic and non-hazardous ingredients. Like regular tattoos, UV tattoos fade over time.
But I've got work that's over 2 years old now, and it still looks great under a black light.
Losing about 20 to 25% of their brightness after healing. Depending on aftercare and skin type, they can last for 6 to 8 years. Number 31. Posters. Kozo, a tattoo artist from New York City, has taken this problem of running out of wall space for posters and turned it into art. This artist is famous for his tiny, hyper-realistic tattoos, especially those inspired by posters, comics, and magazine clippings. His work is so detailed, it's hard to believe it's ink on skin. From Superman and Spider-Man designs to a Harley Quinn magazine page that looks like it's taped on, his tattoos blur the line between art and reality. He even adds creative touches, like the illusion of a coffee stain or a peeling corner, to make them look authentic. Kozo can take things further, tattooing an entire scene on his client's skin: a bookshelf, a painting, a houseplant, and even a classic Pulp Fiction poster. Number 30. Movie shots. Belgian tattoo artist El Berzikov is famous for turning iconic movie images into full HD tattoos that rival the sharpness of a screen. El's work is so detailed and lifelike that even the best printers might fall short in comparison. From celebrities to athletes, many famous faces trust him to bring their favorite moments to life on their skin. His popularity means you might have to wait months for an appointment, but the final result is worth every second. One of his standout pieces is a tattoo of the Joker that looks like it's about to leap off the skin. The depth, shading, and accuracy make his work almost indistinguishable from a photograph. If you're looking for tattoos that push the limits of photorealism, El Berzakov is the artist to watch. Number 29. Candle fingers. Some people argue that tattoos can't match the depth or beauty of a painting on canvas, but Jack Connolly's work challenges that idea completely. One of his most striking tattoos turns fingers into lifelike candles. The detail is so realistic that it gives you chills, with the fingers appearing almost detached and floating scarily in the air. Portraits are among the most challenging forms of art, and while a painter can correct mistakes, a tattoo artist has only one chance. This is what makes Connolly's hyper-realistic tattoos so remarkable. His love for oil painting likely influences his work, giving his tattoos the kind of detail and artistry you'd expect to see in a gallery. Number 28. Skin sculptures. It's hard to put into words what tattoos and sculptures have in common, but Mr. T, a skilled tattoo artist from Stockholm, has made it his mission to show the connection between these two art forms. His portfolio is filled with stunning black and white tattoos, from portraits of pop icons and famous movie scenes to intricate designs. Yet, it's his hyper-realistic tattoos of ancient statues that draw the most attention. Inspired by Greco-Roman culture, Mr. T's work tells stories, like the betrayal of Caesar by Brutus. His tattoos of iconic sculptures, such as David, a Roman legionnaire, and Buddha, are equally remarkable. However, his most ambitious piece is a full-back tattoo that looks as if it were carved from stone, a true masterpiece that leaves everyone in awe. Number 27. Debossed tattoos. British tattoo artist Daniel Gulliver has gained fame for his incredible optical illusion tattoos that appear to press words or symbols directly into the skin. His signature debossed style looks so lifelike, you'd think the tattoos are 3D, but it's all thanks to his expert shading and precision. From bold 3D letters to cute characters and eye-catching symbols, Gulliver can turn almost anything into a stunning debossed tattoo. For example, one client asked for a keyhole tattoo on the back of her neck, and the design is so realistic it feels like you could insert a key. Another client opted for two missing puzzle pieces, and the tattoo makes it seem as if they're carved right out of the skin. While his debossed tattoos are sure to grab attention, Gulliver's skills don't stop there. He also creates embossed designs that look like they're raised off the skin, as though you could touch and feel them. His 3D lettering is another popular style, with clever shadowing that makes the words appear to float above the skin. Number 26. Body embroidery. The embroidered or patched tattoo style is a unique design that mimics the look of hand-stitched embroidery. This style stands out for its intricate details, fine lines, and soft shading, which work together to create a 3D effect that looks like real thread on fabric. These tattoos often feature delicate floral or botanical patterns, but can also include animals, geometric designs, or other objects. Artists usually stick to a subtle color palette, using shades of black, gray, and muted pastels to enhance the stitched look. Negative space is cleverly used to give the impression of thread weaving through fabric, making the design even more lifelike. Some designs take inspiration from other embroidery techniques, like cross-stitch or crewel work. Cross-stitch styles may use small, neat X patterns for added texture, while crewel-inspired designs often incorporate bold colors and thicker lines for a more dramatic effect. These variations add depth and personality to the overall tattoo. Embroidered tattoos are often placed on areas like the upper back, shoulders, or arms, where traditional embroidery might be found on clothing. This style is perfect for people who appreciate the combination of artistic skill, delicate beauty, and the timeless charm of embroidery. Number 25. Cracked glass. This type of tattoo is a fascinating art style that creates the illusion of shattered glass right on the skin. This idea isn't new. Artists have been playing with optical illusions for centuries. Back in the 15th century, painters mastered a technique called trompe-l'œil, which means trick the eye. They made flat surfaces look three-dimensional, like a person stepping out of a canvas. Today, this technique has found a new life in tattoos, where skilled artists like Nico Mariani from France bring it to the next level. Using clever shading and fine details, these tattoos make the skin appear as if it's fractured like glass. The effect is so realistic that you might feel like you could cut yourself on the sharp edges. What makes this style so impressive is how simple details can create such a striking illusion. The cracks look deep, the shading makes the glass seem transparent, and the overall design turns your skin into a piece of art. Number 24. Snakeskin. If you love high-fashion snakeskin but don't want to harm any reptiles, there's a stylish alternative. Get a snakeskin tattoo. There is no doubt that the process of making this tattoo must have been extremely painful, but the result is stunning. The detailed design looks so real it's hard not to stare, even though it doesn't feel like an actual snakeskin. The artist added a creative twist to the back of the leg, making it look like the skin is peeling, just like a snake shedding its old layer. Number 23. Human checkerboard. Matt Gaughan, a record-holding tattoo enthusiast, is known for his incredible body art, featuring 848 tattooed squares, earning him the Guinness World Record in 2014.
My record title is Most Squares Tattooed. I have 848 black checkers, probably since 2014.
These squares are spread across his body, including 201 on his head alone. Over 155 tattoo artists have contributed to his extensive collection, which goes beyond squares. Designs like a phoenix around his neck, flowers on his ears, and a compass on his head add variety. He even included the Guinness World Records logo during a tattoo convention in France to show how proud he was of his achievement. Matt's tattoos cover every part of his body, including some of the most sensitive areas. For instance, a laser-branded heart on his chest symbolizes his commitment to body art. He also has rare modifications, such as tattoos on his tongue, throat, and even his eyes, where colors like green, blue, magenta, and gold blend to create a striking effect. For Matt, tattoos are more than aesthetic. They help him reshape his body.
You have an artificial shape of a muscle tattooed here, like a fake breast.
Born with Poland syndrome and 14 rare birth defects, he uses tattoos to camouflage asymmetries and deformations. His chest tattoos create the illusion of balance, and spiral patterns on his stomach help mask bloating caused by medical issues. Starting at just 14, Matt's passion for tattoos has only grown stronger. Number 22. Project Simpsons. Michael Baxter, an Australian grandfather, showed his love for The Simpsons extraordinarily. He covered his entire back with tattoos of characters from the show, earning the Guinness World Record for the most tattoos of characters from a single animated series, 203 in total. To qualify for the record, each tattoo had to be an exact match to the characters as they appeared in specific episodes of the show. At the age of 52, after years of watching the series, Michael decided to transform his back into a tribute to Springfield. He spent a year getting tattooed by artist Jade Baxter Smith.
To do this, I needed to find a talented and respected artist, and I did, in Jade Baxter from Twisted by Design.
Enduring 130 hours under the needle at an eye-popping cost of 12,000 Australian dollars. When asked about his favorite character, Michael is quick to answer, Homer Simpson, of course. His goal was to create something truly unique, something no one else would dare to do. Judging by his incredible back art, he succeeded. Number 21. Anaglyph tattoos. When it comes to tattoos, some people carefully plan every detail, while others embrace creativity and unexpected ideas. For tattoo artist Dave, known as Winston the Whale, his unique 3D tattoo style came about almost by accident. A few years ago, Dave, an experienced illustrator, was focused on murals and other art forms. One day, a friend asked him to try a stick-and-poke tattoo. Dave created a small design of a planet and some stars, which turned out surprisingly well. Encouraged by this, he started tattooing more friends and sharing his work online. Within a month, he was fully booked, turning his apartment into a small tattoo studio. The real breakthrough happened when a last-minute client asked for something unique. Dave suggested a simple skull, and the client asked if it could be done in red and blue to mimic a 3D effect. Dave gave it a shot, and the result was a hit on Instagram. Soon, he was swamped with requests for similar red and blue 3D designs. Dave's tattoos are playful and minimalistic, with clean lines and bold shapes. Despite the overlapping red and blue effect, the designs remain easy to understand at first glance. Number 20. Diablo, Draz Palaming from Noir Inc. in London, UK, went all out on this tattoo, bringing Diablo, the prime evil, to life in the most wicked and realistic way possible. The artist used bold colors and dramatic shadows to create an incredibly vivid and striking image of this apocalyptic creature. Every detail pops, making this tattoo a true masterpiece of dark art. Number 19. Magneto. Many people settle for a single design or a few scattered pieces, but for Wolfgang Kirsch, a German in his late 70s, that wasn't enough. He holds the record as Germany's most tattooed individual, with an astounding 90–80% of his body covered in ink. Kirsch's collection includes 86 tattoos and 17 implants beneath his skin. His arms, face, torso, legs, lips, and even his eyes are inked, leaving only the soles of his feet untouched. Among his implants are magnetic ones, earning him the nickname Magneto, since small metal objects, like paper clips, tend to stick to his skin. Kirsch has endured 240 tattoo sessions, spending a total of 720 hours under the needle, equivalent to an entire month. This lifelong project has cost him around $30,000, a price he considers well worth it. His distinctive appearance has also opened doors to modeling opportunities and photo shoots. Not only is he Germany's most tattooed man, but he also holds the title of being the most tattooed individual over the age of 70. Number 18. Turning baldness into art. For some, losing hair can feel like a hit to their confidence or even cause them to question their identity, but not everyone takes it so seriously. One man decided to laugh at his bald spot instead, turning it into something so clever it's hard not to grin. Rather than stressing about his hairline, he used the blank canvas on the back of his head for a funny twist. A tattoo of a tiny man pushing a lawnmower across the bald patch. It's like he's saying, "I'm not losing hair, it's just a freshly mowed lawn." This tattoo isn't just hilarious, it's proof that life's changes are easier to handle when met with creativity and a sense of humor. Number 17. Lucky Rich. Lucky Diamond Rich has earned global fame for his unparalleled commitment to body art, officially holding the Guinness World Record as the most tattooed man alive.
Guinness World Records has kind of made it a lot easier for me.
Born Greg Paul McLaren in Brisbane, Australia, Lucky transformed himself into a living canvas, with over 1,000 hours spent under the tattoo needle. His journey began at 16 with a small, easily hidden tattoo, but over the years, his passion grew into a lifelong pursuit of self-expression. Lucky's skin is covered in layers of ink, with some areas boasting 3 or 4 layers, creating a mosaic of intricate designs. From black ink that once coated his entire body, to more recent additions like bold white ink designs, including the word karma across his neck. His tattoos leave no inch untouched. Even his eyelids, gums, and ear canals bear the mark of his dedication. His body art now exceeds 200% coverage, a feat made possible through layering tattoos over previous ones. Number 16. Pixel art tattoos. These tattoos bring a fun throwback to the iconic 80s, showing designs that feel straight out of an old-school video game. For those who grew up during that time, spotting a pixelated character inked on someone's skin is like taking a trip down memory lane. What makes these tattoos even more unique is the technique used to create them. Instead of relying on a mechanical tattoo machine, they're crafted using the hand poke method, where each dot is carefully pressed into the skin with a single needle. This approach gives the tattoos a softer, grainy look and allows them to heal faster, even when covering large areas with bold black or vibrant colors. Number 15. Restored hairline. This tattooing method restores the look of a buzzed haircut and adds volume to thinning hair. The process starts with closely buzzing the hair, often using tools like the Andes T outliner to blend seamlessly with the pigmentation applied to the scalp. Designing the hairline is one of the most creative parts of this process. Professionals use a white pencil to map out different styles, considering whether the client prefers a bold, youthful look or something more natural. Placement is key, with benchmarks like measuring 4 fingers above the nose bridge to guide the hairline's height. They also check the profile to ensure the top temple aligns with the sideburn, keeping the angle natural, usually around 80 to 85 degrees. A well-designed hairline should have a soft, natural appearance without harsh lines. Custom carbon black pigment, called follicule, is mixed to match each client's hair color and skin tone. Using a specialized handpiece with a microneedle, typically a 3-round liner, the pigment is carefully implanted into the skin at a shallow depth of 1.5 to 2 millimeters. The process is spaced out to allow proper healing between sessions, preventing issues like clustering or pigment migration. Over 2 to 3 sessions, the density of the pigment increases, creating a realistic, natural look.
So how do we get around that? Number one, make sure that the artist that you choose is going to choose something realistic for you
that blends perfectly with the client's existing hair. Number 14, Dragon Lady. Tiamat. Dragon Lady, known as the most modified transsexual woman in the world, has undergone a remarkable transformation over the years. Her appearance has been drastically altered. She has 8 horns on her forehead. Her ears have been removed, her nose reshaped, and most of her teeth taken out. The sclera, the white part of her eyes, has been permanently stained green, and her tongue has been split in 2. Her face is entirely tattooed, with scarification on her chin and branding on her chest and wrist. In her mind, she describes being reborn twice, first to her human mother and then to her reptilian parents, the rattlesnakes. Before her transformation, she worked as a vice president at one of the largest banks in the United States. However, after being diagnosed as HIV positive, she decided to leave corporate life. She didn't want to die looking human, feeling that humans, despite their positive traits, are often destructive and hurtful. Her physical transformation is inspired by the Western diamondback rattlesnake.
In a nutshell, body modification has saved my life.
It's a tribute to her reptilian parents, as she sees herself as a hybrid of human and reptile. Over the years, her modifications have mirrored this connection, evolving her appearance to resemble a serpent or dragon. She is the first person to openly call herself a trans-species reptilian. Her mission is to encourage dialogue and understanding about these identities and the experiences tied to them. Number 13, biomechanical tattoo. YouTuber Warwick Andrews traveled to the United Kingdom for an unforgettable experience, getting his first tattoo, a massive full sleeve, shoulder, and half chest piece. He spent 2 weeks working with the incredibly skilled tattoo artist Shamek at Ink Dead Tattoo Studio. Shamek began the design process by creating a detailed blueprint, combining small components that would later come together to form the tattoo. The design featured complex chain-like structures wrapping around cogs and gears, meant to symbolize a connection between man and machine. There were also hydraulic elements that would mimic the movement of the body. The tattoo's layout extended from Warwick's shoulder to his chest, with some parts wrapping around his arm. The needles used ranged from thicker, multi-point tips to finer, single-point needles for the more detailed areas. One of the key features of the tattoo was the heart, which had a unique design to represent blood and oil flowing through the body. The veins in the heart were depicted as blue for the used blood, symbolizing the return flow, while the red veins represented fresh pumping blood. The design extended down his arm, incorporating all sorts of mechanical elements, from brackets to wires, mimicking the inner workings of a machine. The chains wrapped around his forearm, while the hydraulics on his bicep and shoulder were designed to look like they could move with his muscles. The tattoo also included a grille design across his chest that resembled a rib cage, connecting to a turbo-like component. It is amazing how well everything fits together, and the tattoo not only looks amazing, but also appears functional, as if the chains and hydraulics could operate within the design. Number 12. Memory. Aaron Springs at Red Dagger in Clear Lake, Texas, went above and beyond to help his client preserve the memory of his mother. From the smile to the wrinkles, the outline of her hair, and even the shine in her eyes, the tattoo looked so real it could almost be mistaken for a photo. Number 11. Crazy NBA tattoos. Fandom in the NBA can take many forms. Some people collect jerseys of their favorite players, while others make a name for themselves as sneaker enthusiasts. It's all part of the excitement of following basketball, a sport built on the fame of players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. Fans often look for ways to commemorate unforgettable moments of greatness. Steve Butcher, a tattoo artist from New Zealand, has carved a niche in this space. Since starting his tattoo career 15 years ago, Butcher has gained a reputation for creating hyper-realistic tattoos of NBA stars and other pop culture icons. His work has been featured on ESPN, SB Nation, and SportsCenter, among many others. People travel from all over the world to New Zealand just to get inked by him. Tattoo sessions for these portraits can be long, sometimes taking up to 2 days, depending on the size and level of detail. While some tattoos can be completed in a single day, others take up to 20 hours over multiple sessions. Number 10. Micro-realism. Yaono is a talented tattoo artist known for her micro-realism, creating small tattoos that look incredibly lifelike. At just 28, she has made a name for herself as one of the best tattoo artists in Los Angeles. Though she started with an apprenticeship in South Korea, most of her skills are self-taught, shaping her unique style. Yaono specializes in minimalist black and white tattoos, usually between 2 and 4 inches, and color tattoos ranging from 4 to 6 inches. Despite the small space, she captures amazing detail in every piece. Her portfolio includes a variety of designs, but she is especially known for her portraits of cats and dogs. Many clients come to her to have their pets permanently captured on their skin, as these tattoos hold deep emotional value. Some even cry when they see their finished tattoos. Yaono takes extra care with these memorial tattoos, as they have a strong emotional impact on her too. Number 9. King of Realism. Based in Russia, Alex Sigal-Romashev is renowned for his mastery of realism. He places great importance on the tattoo's placement, ensuring it flows naturally with the body's anatomy to avoid a flat, sticker-like look. Alex has a distinctive approach to selecting tattoo colors, frequently sharing his palette on Instagram to guide other artists on how different inks appear on the skin. He swears by the durability of world-famous tattoo inks, using shades like Bora Bora Peach and Chikatilo Frost in his designs. His favorite Galaxy set, featuring Navy Seal Blue and Freya Purple, is often used for space-themed tattoos. Though he has completed many tattoos on clients' arms and legs, full-back pieces are rare in his portfolio. Due to their time-consuming and costly nature, they're less common in his region. Despite this, Alex enjoys working on larger pieces and hopes to add more to his body of work in the future. Number 8. Scar to Art. Here's another tattoo by Dean Gunther, where he transformed a scar into a celestial design that beautifully represented the circle of life, the connection between humans and nature, and celestial bodies. The scar is completely hidden. If you look closely, you might not even notice it, as you're drawn into the masterpiece of the tattoo. Number 7. Liv Demon. After seeing the perfect villain on TV, this man became so fascinated by the character that he spent a lot of money to look like one of those dark, otherworldly figures. The artist carefully worked from his scalp, covering his face, neck, arms, and chest to create the perfect look. And he's not the only one attracted to this type of tattoo. There are many others with similar interests. Number 6. Flaming Skull. This tattoo is bold and intense. It features a large flaming skull in the center of the chest. The flames are bright orange and yellow, making the design look fiery and alive. The skull has sharp details and looks dark and menacing. Around the skull, there are intricate web-like patterns spreading across the neck and shoulders, giving it a dramatic and detailed look. It's a strong and eye-catching design. Before we move on, let's take a look at today's subscriber's pick. On your screen, you'll see a man with an incredible zipper tattoo, which appears to reveal the realistic internal structure of his body. Then, there's another tattoo, this time on a woman's tongue. While it may be hard to believe these are real and not just stickers, tattoos like these are possible. That's the beauty of hyper-realism in tattoos. It makes you question what's real and what's not. What's the most realistic tattoo you've ever seen in person? Let us know in the comments below. Number 5. Giant Octopus. This large octopus tattoo on the inner leg is both impressive and intense. It must have been incredibly painful, especially considering it was completed over 2 consecutive days. The tattoo took about 13 to 14 hours in total, which is remarkable given the level of detail. It looks like something that could have taken 20 hours or more. The texture work is stunning, from the front tentacle through the body to the head, complete with small spikes for added detail. The background adds to the overall effect, making it feel like the octopus is deep underwater. The dark blacks and blues create a shadowy aquatic atmosphere, with light rays and white swirls suggesting the surface far above. It's an amazing piece of art that perfectly captures both realism and creativity. Number 4. Chief. This is probably one of the best reveals in the video. After removing the paper towel, a highly detailed black and white tattoo of a Native American chief is unveiled. The tattoo is incredibly well crafted, with precise attention to detail that highlights the chief's wrinkles. The use of light and shading is truly stunning, bringing the design to life. Number 3. Vampire Girl. The tattooing process for this masterpiece began at the bottom and worked upward, gradually building layers of detail. The artist used a mix of tools, round shaders for fine lines and magnum needles for larger blended areas, to create a smooth combination of sharp and soft textures. Every element, from the delicate blood splatter to the flowing strands of hair, was crafted to balance realism with creativity. Color choice was a key part of the process. Bright tones like golden highlights and soft greens were layered to add depth and vibrancy. Even black areas included subtle shades of purple and blue to make the tattoo feel more realistic. Highlights and shadows were placed with care to add contrast and guide the viewer's eye through the design. The final touches included clean white highlights, added strategically to ensure they would stand out over time. The background was gently blended into the surrounding skin, giving the tattoo a polished, finished look and preventing it from feeling disconnected or unfinished. The entire process took 8.5 hours to complete, and the result was well worth the effort. Number 2. Eye tattoos. Pedro Acosta is a tattoo artist from Venezuela who creates incredibly realistic eye tattoos. With over 18 years of experience, he began specializing in eye tattoos in 2012. He carefully studies photographs to capture even the smallest details, ensuring his work looks as lifelike as possible. In this video, his work appears so real, it looks like he's tattooing over an actual human eye. Number 1. Cats. Each one of these cats is full of detail, with lifelike fur, bright green eyes, and soft shading that makes the tattoo look almost like a photo. The smooth blending of colors, especially in the fur and around the face, adds depth and makes the design feel soft and natural. The tattoo is placed on the forearm in a way that fits perfectly, with the portraits lined up vertically. This level of detail suggests the artist used a careful approach, starting with stencils and then adding fine lines and shading. It's clear they used different needles and spent a lot of time creating rich textures and colors. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.